Okay, I think I'm live. Hey, JD, you're the first one here. Um, let me see if this is working. Should be. I think I got a 20-second delay, so let's see.
You solve problems before downtime hits. So when you need testing products and more for your...
Yep, I'm alive now, so it's working. Let me get back to my... All right, so how was your day today, JD? Nova Scotia, Canada. Yeah, Michelle's just getting here right now. So yeah, I just want to get this. I'm using some new software for tonight, and hopefully my hopefully my internet stays up because it wasn't staying up before. Yeah, Daisy's really excited. I kind of just lost my chat here. Hey Rob, what's going on? Hey Leisure. Rob, I think I got something to show you. So I'm using some new software. Yeah, Daisy's here running around. So I got some new software I'm using to help me with my live feeds. So I'm just gonna show you. Here's a picture of Daisy at the shop. This was, I don't know, last year. We got one of this year, Daisy right here. So yeah, I can put pictures on. I can put my computer screen on. I got like 70 pictures loaded up here, so I got a lot of them. Staying busy. Looks like you are a bit spotty on the upload of the moment. Yeah, so okay, yeah, my internet is cutting in and out. Sorry guys. Yeah, your internet, Michelle's not working.
You say yours, and then you say mine, but it's ours.
Okay, well, we got to get new internet because this is just ridiculous. Yeah, it'll kick back up here, Rob. Just hold on a minute. Yeah, Daisy's the shop dog. Did you just put her outside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll let her back in a minute. I gotta unload the car.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with my internet, but it's just going in and out. So I think it does this just for a little bit when I start this, and then it'll... Oh, it's your phone, Michelle. You got to disconnect.
It's disconnected. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. So yeah. Okay, I finally got my my stats up here. That's good. Yeah, I got a picture for you, Leisure. You're gonna like this one. Let me find it. So yeah, I got everything here we can talk about. Here you go, Leisure. This was my Grand Am, and if you look at this, this is I put a turbo on one of them. I've had a couple of these cars. So that's a turbo off of yeah, I think Rob, that's what we're gonna do. We are gonna get Starlink. I've seen an ad on the YouTube for only $35. So $35 a month, I think it was, but that's probably just the starting rate. So after you get a couple years, yeah, Michelle just stepped outside. So after you get a couple years into it, I'm sure they're gonna raise your rates. Yeah, I think this is what I wanted to show you, Rob. So up on the top picture is a charge controller that I built a long time ago, and then that's the board for it. And there's a circuit board I made. And then this was just a new one I'm working on. I was working on this one. It's a new one. It's not the same as this one. But I thought you'd get a kick out of that. What's this one? Oh, that's the charge controller in the motorhome. Yeah, no, it's on my side, Rob. I can see it right here. It's not high enough internet, but once I get started on the stream and the tower gets used to seeing my, I'm gonna put it back to me. Once the tower outside the one for AT&T, once that gets going, then my internet will get better. Here, let me put it on my computer screen. Let's go do a speed test. Yeah, the internet is so slow right now. So I don't know if this is going to work or not, but here I'm doing it says I got good download. Yeah, I should be good enough with this one right here. So hopefully this, so Rob says $55 a month. Yeah, no, it's buffering like crazy right now, so I don't know. So I don't know. Hopefully it gets better. Yes, it says I don't have enough right now. So my internet, we had some storms and everything got wet, and I hope it starts working better. So Rob says I'm hoping to get the kiddo into circuit board level stuff. Should teach him all stuff he needs to know. Yeah. If you could start doing if you do circuit boards, yeah, you can you're gonna do good in life. I'm just hoping this internet starts to come back, because I did a test run on this last night on my other channel, and it did this for a while, but then it started working. So now it's back up again good. So yeah, we did a test run last night. And the other thing I got to apologize for is on my short video this morning, I said this was going to be at 7 o'clock when I meant 8 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock on Thursdays. Still working, just finished up. So JD, what did you work on today? Man, my internet, I don't know. I might have to have Michelle go reset the box or something. It is just not doing very well. So here I got another picture to show you guys. Once my internet starts to work better, hopefully it does, or I'm gonna have to start a new live feed. I'll have to have Michelle go and reset the box. I just don't know how else to make it faster right now, and it's not working at all. Let me put the computer screen back up here. Let's test this again. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. It says I should have enough internet. Yeah, this should be enough internet. So Rob says, I work from home, tech guy stuff, etc. We just use 100 meg down, 100 meg up fiber. It's pretty stable here, $50 a month. So Starlink is similar. All right, let's go back. Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully maybe it's my new software. I didn't put the rates in right, but I don't think that's it. So JD says, I just done ball joints and tie rods on a Ram 1500. So what year was that? Is it 4-wheel drive? So let me see what I got in my pictures. So here, yeah, I wanted to show this is the outside of my shop, and I just took that picture today. That's the top picture. Next tier is $80 a month. I'll jump to it if I need to, but I have consistent monitoring on my network. The upload is what is dogging you. Goodness. Yeah, I'm getting. So let's go back to that. Computer screen, pull up the internet. So yeah, I got 1.2 meg upload. That should be enough. I don't know why it's so. It says on my software now. It says on my I'm using OBS software, so maybe I don't have something set up right. Hey Michelle, it's a 2019 Ram 4x4. Yeah, what kind of ball joints did you use? Because I use some Mevotex on those, and they're not good. The best luck I have is either using the factory ones or the Napa chassis. Yeah, I think it's starting to straighten out now, Michelle and Rob. Yeah, Michelle just got back from Spring Valley. She went to get us some food, and she went to stop at her apartment. Supply run, yep. So yeah, so I put a whole bunch of pictures on here for you guys. It's going to be a lot better for the Thursday live feed. CQ is what the customer supplied. CarQuest. Oh, you guys got CarQuest? I'm sure they are the cheapest ones you could buy. Yeah, well, sometimes I have good luck with the cheap ones. Like Napa has their own brand that's not a Napa chassis. Or I mean, the next one under Napa chassis, and I still have good luck with those. We got or Rob says we got our Disney Magic bands in. Won't be long till we're down in sunny Florida. Rob, I'm so jealous. Me and Michelle are planning on a vacation to go to Florida because we might want to move there, and I want to see if I can stand the heat and humidity. So yeah, I'm so jealous you guys are headed down there. Yeah, that's awesome. Michelle will probably have something to say about that here pretty soon. She's gonna watch. She's watching in the motorhome. So Michelle is in the motorhome. Let me show you. We kind of camp out right here at the shop. I'm munching on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm getting this better now. Of course, that was an easy one. So let me show you where Michelle is. So here's our motorhome, and I don't know where this picture was taken. And then if you see there, so that's right outside the shop right now. And then if you see, there's the Jeep on the back, and that's my homemade car trailer. And we pulled that from Minnesota to Indiana. We went to Indianapolis last year for the 500. So that was pretty cool. JD says peanut butter and jelly sandwich is my go-to. Yeah, I haven't had one for a while, and I think I had one last summer. I had Michelle make me some. So Rob's saying go to Florida in late July, early August. Yeah, so we got to wait a little bit. We're trying to wait for gas prices to come down because we filled up the motorhome right before. There goes the internet again. So we filled up the motorhome right before that war started in Iran. So I think it's got like it says it's got a 100-gallon tank, but I think it's a 75-gallon tank. Wish there was some way I could change this bit rate right now while I was watching, but I don't know how to do it. It said to do it when I set it up, but I just did the default. So you're gonna drive down. Yeah, we're driving down much more comfortable to hop in a seat. Yeah, if you want to go on an airplane. I don't like flying on airplanes. Yeah, so Michelle says, I'm so jealous, Rob. Can I sneak in the suitcase? Yeah, Michelle, the internet's just not quite working very good. Yeah, I got a picture I was gonna show. I'm gonna put up another picture here. Yeah, I'm dropping frames left and right. It kicks up, kicks down. Something that's hogging my internet because when I go on and do the speed test, it says I'm okay. So I was gonna show JD a picture here. I'm just thinking of JD, but maybe it was somebody else that wanted to see something. And I can't find the pictures. I got so many pictures here. Let me pull up another one for you guys. Scope, yeah, right here. So the picture on the top is a Tektronix scope that I repaired some bad capacitors. It's a dual trace. I think it's got dual trace. Maybe not. Well, it does, but there might not be the other card in there. Then the bottom picture is the scope that I use here at the shop. But yeah, I'm more familiar with how to use the Tektronix scope on the top than I am this one here on the bottom. So the other thing, we talk a lot about oil changes and stuff. So I got a picture of when the Napa rep was here. So the picture on the left is a Pro Select filter. I think that's the filter I use, and then that's a gold filter on the other side. Yeah, the internet keeps dropping out. I'm not happy with the internet, especially when I need to use it. Gas is $2 a liter here in Nova Scotia. Yeah, maybe this is just a time of night when people are hogging the internet. But I am kind of freaking out. Hopefully it gets better. So I wonder, $2 a liter, how many liters are in a gallon? All right, let me pull up the internet. Go on the internet. We're going to do a Google search for how many. What's going on here? How many liter in a gallon? There we go. So it's 3.7854. Let me get out a calculator. So I think we just go 3.785 times 2. 1 gallon is 3.785 liters. Well, that would be like 757 a gallon. Maybe my math is off, but that's what I'm coming up with. And we're at 454 a gallon here in southern Minnesota. So damn internet keeps going on and out. Here's something, Rob. This is my thermostat I built for my house. There's the regular thermostat right beside it, and they're both hooked in parallel in case the one I built fails. And this was when it was brand new, in 11:25 of 18. Cycle count began 12 p.m. 11:25:18. So this thing, it looks like I have done some mods on it since, because I don't see my switch. Yeah, I put a switch on it after this to switch it from home or away. Pico Boost is that's 378. $3.78 a gallon. Is that what you mean, JD? So that would be cheaper than here. Leisure says it's $4.51 at our cheapest gas station in town. Leisure's in Connecticut. I don't know what 87 means, Michelle. Yeah, so it's still running. I built this in, well, let's say it was 2019. It's 2026 and it's still running. It's never shut off. Yep, and I can change that, Rob. I can change that to whatever I want, but I ended up where I like it is 7 degrees. And that's what I kept it at when I was, so 54.43 is the temperature that's in the house. Cycle count of 1, so this is when it was brand new. Yeah, but I like it. I like a 7-degree swing, but Michelle likes 2-degree hysteresis. So I don't like that because the furnace runs all the time. If you can get 5 to 7 degrees of hysteresis from on to off, it saves me a lot of money when I set it what I want it. Let's go. Here, I got a picture of Michelle for you guys. Here she's driving the motorhome. She doesn't like to be on camera, but I found this picture and she doesn't mind this one. I found another picture of her. You guys are going to like this one.
Oh, I'm right here now.
Just wait till you see this picture, Michelle.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go.
You want to tell them what's been going on this last weekend?
Well, you could tell them.
So I had a big surgery on Friday. I have microtia of the right ear. I was born with it, which means your ear isn't fully developed and it's completely closed, but I do have the eardrum. And so I just finally, after 48 years, decided to get the implant so that I can hear like you guys.
So it's a little magnet and screw they drilled into your head.
No, it's the plate and the screw.
Mm-hmm. They had to drill that into your bone behind your ear.
Yep, in my skull. And then in a month, I go in and then there's like a quarter size piece that just magnets on the top of my head. And I can turn it on and I can hear just like you guys.
So there she is driving the motorhome. We're outside of
Indianapolis.
Yep, about 40 miles from the racetrack.
West of it. I drove all the way home that day.
Rob says hi.
Hi.
I think Leisure said hi earlier.
Yeah, I said hi to everybody on the phone.
Yeah, Rob likes my thermostat. He's like 5 degrees swing.
Oh, you showed him a picture of it at the house?
Yeah.
I hate that thing.
I got a picture of it when I first made it. Well, I got lots of pictures of it. That's just the one that I decided to put on here, right here.
The finger Leisure. Yep, that's me. I'm a little wild one.
Yeah, I got like 70 pictures on here. Up there goes the internet again.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Here's my sign outside my shop. And there's like, I don't know, 10 different scenes on there, but here it says search Pete's Custom Car Shop on YouTube. I just took that picture today. I thought it was kind of cool.
So Rob said it's going to be a little disorientating at the first.
Yeah, Lisa, she drives a little crazy, and I was having a hard time riding, and Mom was with us, and she just went into the back room because she was super scared. But once Michelle got going, she assured us that she could drive that thing.
Well, Pete, you hit the rumble strips the whole way down. I probably hit them twice when I first started, and then it was quiet the whole rest of the ride.
Here, I'll show you my first vehicle, and that's me at the bottom. But that's my 61 International pickup, and I can't find the pictures of after I painted it and put a new wheels on it. But that's what it looked like before I started, and that engine that's in there is the 304, and I ended up putting a 392 in there. Here's the picture for Leisure. So the top engine was my very first engine for the modified, my very first year, and that's just a 358. So it's a 350 board 40 over. Never, and it ran good. I ran the whole year on that engine. And then the bottom engine is just an engine I did for probably my Nova. I had a 72 Nova, 74 Nova. Had a lot of Novas. All right, let's get back on here so you guys can see me, so you don't feel so left out. I do want to show you the brake fluid out of that. What kind of car was it?
It was F-150.
Yeah, the F-150, the 2019 F-150. And the guy came back in to pick it up, and I'm like, what's the deal with the brake fluid? He's like, I don't know. I just bought it a year ago, and I do my own service work, so he hasn't had it at any shops, and he's smart enough not to put transmission fluid into the brake fluid. But let's go take a look at it. I'm going to unplug my phone, so hopefully that works. Let's go look at this brake fluid. I saved it out of all. So this is out of the master cylinder right here. And so this would be the right rear, left rear, and then left front, right front. It's all different colors throughout it. And I flushed brake fluid in there until it came out clean. But here you can see into the master cylinder where hopefully you guys probably can't see that, but down in there, it's you can see redness down in there. But here, this fluid, like, it's got oil on the top and then it's red on the bottom, and it's oily. It's not brake fluid.
You got the right idea, Rob. I could just turn it off whenever I want to.
Turn what off?
My hearing thing. When you're bugging me while I'm driving the motorhome.
Leisure says I'll bet her foot was on the floor.
Yep. I was going like 70, 75. The speed limit was 75. I was keeping up with everybody else.
Yeah. So she's gonna get a Bluetooth app, and she watches the big TV over here while I'm working. Whoops. So yeah, she probably didn't want to come on. So she watches the big TV over here, and then so she'll be able to Bluetooth that TV right to her skull.
To my hearing little thing.
And then I won't have to listen to the TV while I'm working. So I think it's going to be great, because she does have to have the volume loud because she doesn't hear very well.
Well, that's okay. I'll just turn it off, and then when you keep calling me, and I just won't respond.
What intake is on that mod? So let's go back to that picture. That's a Holley strip dominator, I think. Where's the mod engine? Mod engine right here. So yeah, this one here. Let me move this picture to the top. That's a Holley strip dominator. And that's a Speedway methanol carburetor. I'm thinking them are some Schoenfeld chassis headers. It's different now. We got down at the bottom, there's a skid plate built into it.
Nice red sweater.
And that's not the fuel pump.
Thanks, Leisure.
That's a gasoline fuel pump, but I just put it on there. Now we run solid aluminum valve covers. Like I say, this oil pan's been modified with its 3/16" skid plate across the bottom. I run a different damper now. Everything's different. This is a 358. We're running a 406 now. Let's take a look at this engine. This is the engine I just built for my car. I sold the Mickey Thompson valve covers.
Oh yeah, this is different.
Looks like that's an 1850 Holley on there, so that's a vacuum secondary. Ported heads, I'll tell you that. Look at that. A friend of mine made that engine dolly. Yeah, you can't. There's no. That's the end of the picture. So this is kind of cool. I could kind of do this now. Kind of learn some new stuff. Go back to the quad 4 turbo. Yeah, that Grand Am, that was pretty fast with that turbo. It wasn't tuned for the turbo though. And then I got all my race cars. So here's my first race car. Built this myself. 79 Monte Carlo, and this bad boy was fast. I would even race in street stock races. And you see them AC Delco signs there? They're the ones now, because the guy at Clements gave those to me, Clements Chevrolet. And they're the ones now that are out here on the front of my shop, right up there. See them on the top? So let's go to my second race car that I built. Look at all these pictures I got on here.
You got those doors up on the wall.
So here's my second year car. And this is like an 81 Monte Carlo, and then I got the front end. Got that from Wheeler, so it's actually a stock front end. And there I am in the paint booth, getting it ready for paint. All right, let's go to street stock number 3. Here's street stock number 3, and I love this car because I kind of styled it from what Dale Earnhardt would have on his car.
Let me have it.
This car wasn't fast at first, but then it turned pretty fast after that. Let's go to the mod. So here's the mod when it was brand new there on the top. And then that's kind of what it looks like now. It's all profiled out really good. Rob says, Leisure said nice red sweater. Yeah, somebody screwed up big time with that brake fluid. I don't know what happened. Rob says the issue had to put the Grand Prix transmission in there. I worked on mine over and blew the trans out to put the pre-transmission in. So yeah, Michelle had a supercharged Grand Prix.
Oh, the GTP.
And those were bad with
the transmission. 100,000 miles it went out.
Those were terrible with the transmission. That you could blow them transmissions out if they were brand new. So I don't know if yours Grand Prix is the same thing.
I had 37 miles on that brand new thing, and at 100,000 miles, the transmission went out.
Yeah. So I do see the internet's good now, but it was going out.
That's because of my aura.
Here, what's this picture?
I'm a bionic woman now.
So there's my Corvette. Yeah, I love that Corvette. I sold it 1987. I got aftermarket C5 wheels, tinted wheels.
Tinted windows.
Tinted windows. And then this Grand Am, this was a 97 Grand Am that I had. And I had a 3.1 in it when I bought it, but somebody didn't take care of it. And then I ended up putting an engine out of a 99 Grand Am in there, which was a 3.4, and everything turned out great. What else can I show you guys? I just got a ton of stuff, so if you guys got any questions at all, here's my van, and that's in my home garage. And there's the race car. It's 20 seconds behind Michelle. There's the race car there. That's in my home garage. So yeah, I could show you what my home garage looked like when I first started out in 2021. I don't know if JD's still here, but he'll probably be interested in this. That's where he's still here. That's where the SXS wheels came from. Yeah, on the side-by-side. Side-by-side. I got it, JD. Side-by-side. Leisure says, I thought Michelle was a frequent visitor to traffic court. Yeah, with her.
I think I've had 3 tickets my whole life.
Oh, Rob likes the Grand Am. I had a 96 Grand Am too. Let me find. Oh yeah, my house garage. That's what the next picture was I was going to show you guys. Where is it? There's so many. I got so many pictures. How come I can't find it? All right, I'm gonna put you guys on me until I find that picture. So
Oh, that van's gonna be the 18 van.
yeah, I got a picture in here for that too. Where is my? I know I put it in here.
And we're gonna make the race car the Dukes of Hazzard.
House shop. Here it is. So this is where I worked when I started out. You can see the vets there. There's the Grand Am up on the hoist. But yeah, this is what I started out in my garage. That's hoist is still in there. Yeah, and I didn't have to pay as much taxes as I do now when I was there. So yeah, Leisure remembers that, my house garage. So I started my shop in 2021. Yeah, this is going to be so much better when we're on a landscape view.
The house garage is still there, Leisure.
Yeah, the house is still there. It's only a couple blocks away from my shop.
The race car's up on the hoist right now in it.
Yeah, we got the race car in there for storage, and we got to get that out and get it done. We're gonna retint it orange. Let me find. I might have not added that picture. Yeah, I don't think I did. Oh, Michelle, did you see this Daisy at the shop?
Oh, how cute. Is that her pose picture?
A what picture?
The one that I have on my TikTok.
I don't know.
Where she was posing.
Yeah, thanks, Leisure. Yeah, I was planning on working here and there, but it just is just enough for me. Yep, it was a V6. It had a 3.1 in it, and then it was that the cam blew or went out in it, so I put a 3.4. I have another picture of Grand Ams.
He asked if yours was a 2 or 4 door. Rob did.
So my 97 was a 4-door, and my 96 was a 4-door. The 97 was a GT.
So is that a coupe then?
Yeah, that's a GT right there. Grand Am GT, and that's the wheels that are on my
The Ranger.
Ranger. Yeah, the side by side. JD said. And then we got, yeah, where's my other Grand Am? So yeah, the quad, this is a 91 Grand Am. I put a turbo on the quad 4. Okay, here. That's my Firebird. I think it's like a 1985 or 86 Firebird. My brother has it now, and he's going to be bringing it up here to get back going again. That thing was, I like that car. Only had a 5.0 liter in it, but it had the 700 R4 in it. It was fast. But this Grand Am right here, this one, this car never got beat in the quarter mile. And if you see the wheels, I'm talking street racing. This thing was badass fast. But it's got 13-inch wheels on it off of Buick Skyhawk.
Skylark?
Skyhawk.
Skyhawk? I've never heard of one of those.
Yep, I had a Skyhawk. I can't remember what, 1984 Buick Skyhawk. It had 1.8 liter with 5-speed. And these wheels are off the Skyhawk. So JD wants it had dual exhaust, so I'm figuring it was, yeah, the GTs were it went from single into duals. Here I went to Walmart to get some groceries one night in the vet. I come out to get in my car, and I'm parked way down on the end. Another vet had parked right beside me. There's nobody in that vet right now, but he parked right beside me, 2 vets in a row. It looks like his headlights did not go down.
He's got the glow lights underneath, though, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm actually looking. Where's that Grand Am again? Boy. I got all the pictures labeled, but I want to find right here. I'm looking for this Grand Am, a 1989 Grand Am with a quad 4. I got all the high output cams. I got all that W41 parts to go on this thing, and I want to put it in some. I want to put it in some enduro races that we have around here. Let me go back up so you guys see me. So I want to put it in some enduro type races that we have up here at the dirt tracks. And with that quad Ford, that thing would annihilate whoever. And if I was driving it, we could. So Leisure says Skyhawks were J bodies. Yeah, Michelle said she never heard of a Skyhawk. But yeah, where's I could show you.
You gonna give that to me so I can throw it for you?
Here's just a box of emblems.
Go get it.
So here's a Toyota. Here's a badge off my international pickup. Here it is. This is what I was looking for. Skyhawk. This is off my Buick Skyhawk.
That's funny.
I got a Honda.
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
Jesus.
Ram. There you go, JD. Put that on the truck you worked on today. Nova. 350.
You're gonna break your phone.
Suzuki. You guys tell me what car this was off of. It says hatchback. So I'm going to set that one right over here. Here's a Buick. Here's a lady. Electronic spark control. That is off my it's off my pickup box trailer truck. And that truck had a 5.0 liter with a 3-speed overdrive transmission. And I pulled my race car with that truck. It was 2-wheel drive. That thing could fly.
That's awesome.
Leisure says, same as Cavalier and Pontiac J2000s. Well, if it's got a quad 4, I want one. And I got to have an automatic. I got another TH125 sitting underneath the deck.
Is that so? What's under the house deck?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And there's a 400 under there, and a 327. There's a 327 under there too.
I have never seen these, but he's like, I got a lot of stuff underneath that deck.
Yeah.
It's all like been enclosed in.
Yep. There goes your internet again.
What do you mean?
It's going out. See, you can tell right down here. Ever heard of a Pontiac
Acadian?
Acadian? No. Is that a special car that's...
Weren't the Acadians like our Nova?
Is that a special car that was like just for Canada or just for Mexico? Yeah, I went to Mexican Specs live feed, and he shows all kinds of cars that were specially built for Mexico.
Rob thinks that hatchback's from a Civic.
Nope. It's older. It's way older. It's in the 70s. This is off a 1970s car. I'll tell you in a little bit. My guess is a Civic built. All right, what else we got? What else we got in here? 16 valve. You know what that one was off of? I got 2 of those 16 valves. This is a Dolphin.
I'll take that.
I don't know why there's a Dolphin.
I'll put it in the motorhome.
Oh, you know what car that was off of? 400. Now that one's cool. I don't know. Arcadians like our Nova. What's that? Is that what it is, JD? You got to give us a hint here. Look at this one. Monte Carlo. Here's an R. Look at this one. This is a hint to the hatchback right there. Got another Monte Carlo.
Honestly, guys, he has so much stuff, and he hides it. I don't know. I could never find anything if he asked me to look for it.
Here's an A for Arcadian. Here's an I. Oh, here it is. I've been looking for this one. This is for my motorcycle. What are these little ones? Are they? Oh, Snap-on. Snap-on. These are off my shoes.
Oh, that's got to be antique.
All right, this was off a 1974 Chevrolet Nova
Hatchback.
2-door custom hatchback. No, it wasn't. It was factory custom. It was a factory hatchback 2-door Nova, 1974. Rob says, "Oh, hot damn! All right, got to put all these back."
I want the Dolphin.
Well, Michelle's taking my Dolphin.
I'm gluing that bitch to the fucking motorhome right
So
on the outside.
These came off probably by the 89 Grand Am. 16 valve LE fuel injection. This probably came off the 1974 hatchback.
The Dolphin's gonna be our Florida good luck charm.
JD says Pontiac Arcadian was a Chevette.
Yes, he knows where everything is. He knows it in his sleep.
Knows where what is.
Everything, all the shit you got. I don't even see it because you hide it so well. Well, you're so organized.
I don't remember what year that Chevy truck was with electronic spark injection. I think it was 1981. Toyota. I found this one on the road not too long ago. I was here at this shop.
I found that drill bit.
What drill bit?
Not drill bit, but the thing on.
It's a good day today. I got my O'Reilly's gift card for the quarter.
Time to go shopping.
$75 on it.
Nice. A customer gave this to me.
Yeah, we got to call her and find out what happened to her.
It was pretty fitting. It's pretty cute.
She hasn't been back for a while. So I got this card I just got today. Got another card here. It's still got money on it. I don't know how much. I got to get to O'Reilly's and buy some tools.
These just said Snap-on shoes.
Yep, I bought Snap-on shoes off the truck. Here's another one that says it's got $45 on it. Here's another one. This one says it's got 80, but I know it don't because I bought some tools off this one. So I got to get in there. I got 4 of these cards I got to get used up. So I get one every quarter.
Oh, no.
From O'Reilly's, and here's some used up ones. So I just save them because I never got paid back for getting parts before. Every quarter they send me one of these. They sent us some of these parts trays. We got like 3 of these for just being a good customer. Here's a knife they gave me one year. Sharper than, it's really sharp. I use it to cut the tire plugs off. They gave me this flashlight, I don't know, a couple years ago, and it still works.
And a magnetic koozie.
Yeah, magnetic koozie. It's not a koozie, it's a coolie.
It's a koozie.
Right? What do you guys think?
It's a koozie.
No, it's coolie. I get a bunch of stuff from O'Reilly's. They take really good care of me. Yeah, I noticed down here I can add a pull, create a pull. And my pull is, what was the question? Should I get a haircut?
Yes.
All right. Do I need to get
a haircut?
A haircut. So I never start pull. So here you guys go. My hair is kind of long. But I kind of like it that way. So yeah, the internet's cutting out a little bit. Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm not going to win this poll.
I don't even have my phone on me.
Well, you better vote.
Okay, I'm going. I'll be right back.
And Michelle said that if it's yes, I have to get a haircut scheduled.
Jamie said it's not a koozie, it's a beer sweater.
Well, that's better than koozie. I'll tell you that. Beer sweater, yep. Rob says Pete Snap-on guy paid his mortgage with that shoe sale. Yeah, I think there were like $85.
Here, you show JD this one. It's an actual beer sweater.
Michelle has a beer sweater. Right there, it's a Budweiser.
Bottle sweater.
It's a bottle one. That's a sweater. Did somebody make this, Michelle?
Nope. I got it from Budweiser. It was one of the people when I worked at the bar, bartending. One of our suppliers. I always got all kinds of shit from the suppliers. Like the Jägermeister machine.
So yeah, I got a microphone now that's on my phone stand here because I'm using Droid Cam, and for some reason the microphone on my phone don't work anymore using the software. Here's my lawnmower. What do you guys think of that? There goes the internet. The internet just, I don't think the internet's compatible with this OBS software. Grand Am and the Vet. There's my Ranger. My brother built that little trailer, and the Ranger's too wide to fit in a little utility trailer like that. And there we are pulling it with the Jeep. We went out to the races with that. That's how we got there. So the racetrack's only 6 miles from here, Deer Creek. What else do we got? There's Michelle's Jeep. Here we go. Here's some interesting things. So I used to build these where I used to work before I started my business. So custom car. Before I built these, everything. All I got was a pile of metal and all the parts. I completely assembled all this stuff. That's 4-aught welding cable. This thing is 24 volts. And it's got over voltage protection. And this one's made so that this guy special ordered it with this lift on there, the lift hook. So he could, yeah, it says 24 volts right on it. That's a Honda engine, twin cylinder Honda engine. So very quiet. Oh, that's the oil drain, that blue hose there. The throttle's right there, that little yellow handle. It's got a voltage meter on it. I got a video of this testing one of these on my other channel. But yeah, that's the shop I used to work in. Can't see much in that picture. This picture, you could probably see the shop better. Big shop. We got benches and roll carts everywhere. One of these pictures had a picture of the Lazy Susan. Not this picture. It must be this picture. Yeah, there. Look at that Lazy Susan, all full. Let me make that picture bigger. All full of brand new like bolts and nuts and fasteners and hardware. Oh, there goes the internet again. So right back here, yeah, the book. That's on there, and that's the way you could take that off of there and go get it filled up at the gas station. So I think there's 6-gallon boat tanks. But this was where I used to work before, and I built these. So we got in 20 feet long chunks of steel, and I'd cut them all up, weld them all up. I'd cut the holes in the plate, drill the holes in the plates. Behind this control panel, I built this control panel. Behind there is a circuit board, and there's some big semi-starter solenoids in the back there that does all the switching. Because if it's going to have over voltage protection, it's got to be able to shut off the load that's coming out of these, or the current that's coming out of these cables. 4-aught welding cable. So that's what I did, and I did the magnets. We did magnets for scrap yards. I built controllers. I don't have no pictures of those. Built controllers for all of those. What else am I trying to think of here? But yeah, that's what I did before I started going on my own. There's the A mod. There's some more pictures of it. And that's my street stock, one in street stock. There's my Monte Carlo. I love that car. I never turned that one into a race car. I kept her all stock. I put interior out of one of the race cars I made, so it had like brand new interior. This car was from Texas. I can't remember how much I paid for it, so I never drove it in the winter, but it had to sit outside. But I ended up, getting nicer wheels on there and a better engine, and had a stall converter in it out of a Vega, so that would work pretty good. And I ended up selling that car. I wish I had that car. That would be a perfect car for my shop mascot. Here's an interesting picture for you guys. So there's my van. The bottom picture, I just took that today, but look at that top picture. What do you think of the van with a Boss plow on it? Oh, here we go. That was my first year. Crashed her up. I got a little blood on me. A piece of metal came in and cut my leg open. Rob says stock car racing is a heck of a hobby. Thousands to win hundreds. Thousands to win hundreds. Yeah. Yeah, so I got to spend a lot of money. That modified engine I have now, the 406, probably, I can't remember. Just the machine work on it was like 10 grand. But yeah, I got good enough where I could pay for my way in, and as long as we didn't crash or blow nothing up or use up too many tires, I could pay for all of the pit crew, get our entry fees in there, and get some beer. So here, and that's the inside, what it looks like. Yeah, so that picture, let me put that back up. That picture, one of the guys I work with took his plow off his truck, and he had it parked right there in front of the hoist. This is at the shop I worked at, building them starting units. And then I pulled my van in one day. I don't know what I pulled it in for, but I was like, that looks cool. So I was back here welding right in front of that van. So I'm like, I'm gonna pull the van in. But anyways, I took that picture. I thought that was pretty cool. Nothing else exciting to see in that picture. But yeah, I'm going to turn this van into the A-Team van. Yeah, that's the Grand Am I want. If anybody knows where they can find me an 89 Grand Am with quad 4 automatic, I'll take it. Here's Daisy sitting on my lap. I think this was last year in the motorhome. She thinks she's a lap dog. Let me just go back up here. I'll talk to you guys again. So I don't know if you guys think this is annoying or not. Now that I can put pictures up here on the screen, I think it's kind of cool. Just if my internet was better, that would be great. Oh yeah. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you, Rob. Let's go back to the computer. Here's my game. Here, I'm gonna play it for you guys. So if I double click the screen, here she's starting. You just gotta outrun the snake here with this thing, and you can't let the snake touch you. And you can't let the snake go out and touch the red box. So here, all right, so it got me. Here's the leaderboard. The top one's me. This is like right now, this is what it says. This is live. Gov, that's me. And then if you go down here, here's all the code I wrote. So it's in JavaScript and HTML. And this code you can modify this code and run this code in your browser, and there it is. So yeah, this is my website. I got my own weather station. Let's see what it says if I click on it. It's 47.3 degrees outside. All right, let's go back to my website. Yeah, I wrote this too. Boa is not the game for faint of heart. Boa is a vicious snake that will stop at nothing to eat you. Boa is quick and can turn on a dime to catch you off guard. Boa has 15 levels of madness with increasing viciousness. Boa's only purpose is to eat you. Boa is hungry. Don't let Boa eat you. Don't let Boa eat himself. Don't let Boa run into the red boundary. Don't touch Boa. Let's go home and see what it looks like. So here's my home page. I wrote all these articles. And there's some articles on there. And then the custom car. I think I got this all updated. All my rates are updated. Yep. I do not have all the merchandise. I kind of ran out of it all. So hopefully nobody orders any. I'll have to credit their money back. All right, let's get back to the... Yeah, so lots of stuff. Show me how you cheat. I don't cheat. That's pure skill. So it looks like I'm gonna have to get my hair cut, Michelle. I'll leave the poll up there. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to do. I got it done now. So, how was everybody's day? Did they all have a good day? Hopefully the weather wasn't too bad. It's cold here now. So we were like at 85 degrees the other day, and it's 40 some degrees now. Which is insane. Let me pull up my phone and see what the weather is. Yeah, 40, what was it, 47 degrees it said? I got my, yeah, 47 degrees. That's way too cold. I don't know of a way you could cheat on it. I think you can make your screen bigger to help you. I keep my screen at 100%, but I think if you made the box fill your screen better, and it, as long as you're on Chrome, it will work. But I've tried it like that, but it works best for me just to and your mouse has to be very responsive. Yeah, I don't know about a bowl cut. So I'm just on Mountain Dew. So it looks like the poll is at 75%. Yes. Damn hippie. And I know I just don't want to look like everybody else. And some of them guys shave their hair right down. I mean, if one of you guys shaved your hair all the way down, I'm not complaining. I just wanted to be a little different. But yeah, it gets a little straggly. So I'm thinking, yeah. And my hairstylist, dresser, cutter, she's gonna be really mad because I haven't been there for a while. And normally she was cutting my hair like every 3 months. So Rob says, I think I'm finally planting in the ground this coming weekend. Yeah, so you got like a vegetable garden, don't you? I think I can't remember if I seen a picture of it somehow. Oh my God, don't give him any ideas. Yeah, no, that's the bowl cut would be good. I used to do that when I cut my hair myself. Try to cut it like that. So, what else can we look at? Yeah, so this was when we were going to Indianapolis, Indiana, to the Motor Speedway to watch the Indy 500 last year. There are some pictures I could share of that when we were there. And the reason I'm going to show you some pictures of that stuff is because this weekend is the Indy 500, and we were there last year. We didn't make it this year. So when we were there for qualifying and practice and all that, we could sit anywhere we wanted. So I'm going to put it right so it's in the center of the screen, and you see that little red dot. Well, we sat over there. We sat up here. We sat everywhere. Here, Leisure. Leisure will like this one. Miller Lite cans. Yeah, I shared on my rebuild on the garden. Yeah, I know I seen some pictures. I just can't remember where I seen them. I used to have a few tomato plants that I would here we're camping out at my brother's last year. Here's where we were camping in Illinois outside the racetrack. So my car trailer there is on the back. Yeah, there you can see it better. Slides are out. There's the Jeep. And this guy, so somebody ran into my trailer. Michelle had gone in to get some supplies when we were at the racetrack in Indianapolis 500, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Somebody ran into my trailer. No, I went out to get supplies. She was in the motorhome. Okay, so I come back, and there's a bunch of Indianapolis Motor Speedway police behind my motorhome. I'm like, what is going on? But anyways, that was a hit and run. No damage to my vehicle or my trailer. There was some damage on his truck. But one of the police guys said, oh yeah, it was on Jeffro's live feed. Yeah, I remember. But anyways, the guy there had his own campground, and it was $25 a day to camp here. Full hookups, full electricity. They had garbage cans, water, sewer, everything. And then we parked here. So the solar panels, yeah, I'll show you the solar panels. So I put these two big solar panels on the top. So I like to park in the sun so it charges up the batteries. Here's the charge controller, which is a bought-in one, which works really good. Here's the inverter, and it's like a grid tie, so it's got a transfer switch in it. So if you plug in the shore power, it automatically switches to shore power. You don't lose any electricity inside the motorhome. And then here's the batteries. So these batteries are old discarded cell phone tower batteries. They're 147 pounds a piece. There's two on one side and two on the other. This is just the two that's on the passenger side. And they're AGM batteries. And then here inside, this was just last night. I took this picture. We're running off the batteries. This is at 845. It's putting out 122 volts of AC. And we're using 40 watts at 60 hertz. And the batteries are at 80%, running at 12.4. So I don't think the batteries are very good. So let me put back on the cam. So yeah, I don't think my batteries are very good in that. We're gonna try. I can't remember if they're D6s or D8s. I think they're big batteries, like for a tractor. Napa's got some, and I think I could get them for around $200. So I'm gonna get one for each side. That'll be less weight in the RV. Yeah. So when that guy ran into the trailer at the racetrack, Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the campground. She was sitting at the table and it almost threw her across the table. But the guy, she went out and talked to the guy, and then the guy went somewhere, and then she came back in, and then he boogied. But I think Michelle got some pictures of his vehicle and turned them into the Indianapolis Motor Speedway police, which are regular police. The place's name actually has a name called Speedway, Indiana. But anyways, that guy, I think his name was Steve. He's one of the security guys there, and he has his own campground 40 miles outside of the Motor Speedway, which we camped there for 7 days. For $25 a day, I think I paid him. That's all he wanted. Full hookups, full electricity, full sewer, garbage cans, water, everything. That's very cheap. I don't think you could camp for that around here anywhere. Did you vote on the poll?
Yeah.
Damn it, it's up to 80% yes.
Heck yeah.
That's not good.
No, that's great. That means I'm right, you're wrong.
That means I have to get a haircut.
And everybody disproved it.
We're scheduled out to the 2/3 of the way through June. There's no way I can get a haircut.
Oh, there is.
No, like we're so busy.
We'll make it a Sunday
so
fun day.
tomorrow I gotta
I'll start up the lawnmower.
I gotta change the transmission on that 2500, and it's in the back. So I just pulled it in so I'd be ready to lift it up, get the transmission out of the bed. Transmission's in the bed back there.
Oh, you did bring it in. I didn't even
Yep.
notice it.
So I got to swap that transmission, and then I don't know how much of the stuff I got to do underneath the hood. I don't think anything. So I'll take a quick look underneath the hood before I lift it up to make sure there's nothing I have to unhook.
What does that say on the back? Something feral wife? I want one of those on your
What?
Somebody's feral
Oh,
wife.
that's enough.
That's
We
cute.
don't mock our customers or anything.
Well, I'm not. I love it.
Okay.
I want it
All
on
right, that's enough. Let's keep
one
it
of our
to.
vehicles.
We don't talk about our customers like that. So yeah, that's tomorrow's job. Change the transmission. It's a 6-speed. It's a 2500. I can't remember what engine it has. So tomorrow, that's what I got to do. And then I still ain't got the lawnmower running yet. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I took it outside. If you turn the mower deck on, the engine pops a bang. It sputters real bad. If you don't have the mower deck on, it's fine. It runs fine. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go outside. It's got a push bumper on the front. I pushed up against Michelle's Expedition. And I put a pretty good load on that motor on the engine, and it did not spit and sputter at all.
It didn't bog down at all.
No, so it's something electronic. When you turn the mower deck on, yeah, you see what Leisure said?
What do you say?
Get the Milwaukee Electric hedge trimmers on. But yeah, I got to fix the John Deere. They need to mow their yard soon. I ain't on it. I think I'm getting closer. So I'm going to think about it tonight when I go to bed. Hopefully I'll come up with an answer in the morning. Hopefully I get that transmission done before the end of the day. And hopefully I was correct on my diagnosis. So I was able to find him a rebuilt transmission from a reputable company that has a warranty. And then with my labor to take it in and out, cheaper than the transmission shop. It's like half of what the transmission shop quoted them to rebuild it. But the transmission shop that I recommended to him, they do the best work. Like, he is so busy. He's way out farther than we are.
Yeah, it would take him a lot longer to do too.
Yep. So yeah, he wouldn't have even been able to get it done in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, it's electric PTO, and when you pop that in there, it pops and bangs and sputters really bad. But if you don't have it engaged, it runs perfectly. And I went out there and tried to push Michelle's Expedition, and I put a pretty good load on the motor, and no pops and bangs or nothing. So I don't know if it's got a bad ground and it's coming back up to the coil ground, because the coils are mag and they don't need no power to run. The only thing that needs power to run on there is the solenoid for the fuel shut off on the carburetor. But I just don't think it's shutting that off, because that'll take a second before it can affect the ability of the engine running. So I'm just not sure what is going on.
It's Jasper.
No, it's not Jasper. Let me go see if I can figure out what. I don't have it on my computer anymore. And I told him to handle all the logistics of it himself. So like he buys the transmission, gets it shipped to him, and then he handles getting the core back. So he did all that. So he's just got to pay me labor to change it in and out. And he's already paid me the labor to diagnose it. So let me go look and see what it says.
It's all created really nice.
So it's Mover Ass. Here it is, Mover Ass, and they're out of Salem, New Hampshire. What else is on this slip? Yeah, I don't understand some of the other stuff on here. That's all I can tell you. I found them on the internet, and they got a good warranty on that transmission, a reputable company, and they had videos and testimonials, and it was a fairly decent price. So I told my customer about them. He called them up, gave them the VIN number and everything. So hopefully I don't have to hook up the MDI2. It's been a while since I got this thing out. Hopefully I don't have to hook up that and program it, because then I'll have to charge extra.
So what's everybody having for dinner tonight?
What?
I asked them what everyone's having for dinner tonight.
What are we having for dinner?
We're having steak and potatoes.
We're having steak and potatoes. Rob says we usually went reman at the shop. When the wife's old transmission went, there goes the internet again. We went for a rebuild kit at a great local place. You mean you rebuilt it yourself, or you bought the kit and another shop did it? Yep, here we are dropping internet again.
It's okay, just keep going.
So I can rebuild Power Glides, 700 R4s, Turbo Hydro 350s, Turbo Hydro 400s. I think I got into a Subaru once or twice. I did some manual transmissions on a Honda, but it's a lot. It's a lot to do transmissions, so that's why they actually have transmission shops. So I can do it if it's my own car. I'll take my time and do it. The Power Glide, a couple Power Glides are rebuilt for race cars, and they could handle some horsepower. I'm going to tell you, though, I torqued every single bolt in that Power Glide. So the poll is yes, I need a haircut at 80% so far, which I'm not excited about.
It'll be okay. It'll feel so much better for the summer, though.
Yeah, so it's gonna get warm.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I sweat a lot, so having long hair, that I do have to get a haircut. You guys are right.
Yeah. Well, then in November, when it's no shave November, then you can start letting it grow out again.
That's for women.
No, no, no shave November's for men. That's when they grow the beards.
Okay.
I guess women too, if they grow a beard.
Yeah, so if anybody's got any ideas on that John Deere lawnmower with the 24 horsepower brakes and Stratton, it's a V twin. I cleaned the carburetor. I put new coils on it. I put new spark plugs in it.
New battery.
New battery. I drained all the gas out of it, put new gas in, and a new fill filter. So when it runs great until you turn on the mower deck, the PTO switch, and she pops and bangs. I can keep it running, but it pops and bangs. So something I think is back feeding through the clutch, the PTO clutch for the mower deck. And today I just was able to get a start on it again at like, what time was it? 5:30, 5 o'clock.
I left it like 4:30.
Yeah, so it's just starting to, try to. And there's 3 wires on the damn clutch, so I couldn't find them up in the plug yet. They go through the wiring harness. Rob said his guess is a rough wire grounding out. So that's kind of where I'm headed with this. Like it's cutting the ground it's adding a ground to the coils, making the coils. Maybe it's the damn ignition switch.
That would do that?
It's back feeding through the ground, because if you ground the coils, that's what kills the engine. So if it's back feeding through the ignition switch, I guess I never thought of that. Maybe Rob is helping me get onto this one here. If the internet's going up and down, up and down. Let's go do a speed test again. Put you on the computer screen. So the last speed test was 8.92 meg download, 1.2 meg upload. Let's test that again. Yeah, she's higher now on the download. It's cutting back a little bit now, but it's going to be 6.40 download, upload 0.9. No, it's cutting back down. So yeah, Rob said it's the upload. 1.13 upload. Let's test it again. Let's tell the tower, man. We want. Oh, now look, see.
And now there's nothing.
Yeah, and the download's going to be even worse.
It's got to be the time.
The upload. No, it's crappy. Fuck, it's bad shit.
Yeah, well, the tower's bad too. Remember, I called.
Yeah, point
38.
Oh my god. I want my money back. Why do I gotta pay?
I'll give him a call tomorrow.
Test it again. Now it's going up a little bit. See, how could it be like that, Rob?
It's just going up and down and up and down. They said a few months ago that the tower was had a a slip on it or whatever.
I know that's what they say every time.
Fix-it slip, but it's been under a fix-it slip since like last September, I guess.
Yeah, I had Michelle go reset it yesterday because we were doing a live feed on our other channel for the RV in, and it was going up and down for a little while, and then it got better.
It was around the same time too.
Well, I know, but then it got better and it was good the rest of the night. Yeah, here, look at that.
Yeah, that's just bizarre.
I don't like it. There, the upload's going up a little bit higher.
Is it raining now?
I don't think so. Here, we can look at my channel page. All my videos.
What's the matter, Daisy? Are you bored? You
Back
are?
to the website. What else could we look at on the website for a minute? Oh, there's my oil change stickers.
Yep.
That's kind of a digitalized picture, but it looks the same. I'll show you here in a minute on the camera. Yeah, so there's my phone number. Told you my phone number was here on the internet. Oh, it's public anyways. Here, let's go. Custom Car LLC. Here we are on Google. We are closed right now. Photos.
Yeah, I agree, Rob. It's supposed to be unlimited. I'll have to go on the phone, but it's unlimited high speed home internet. And it's just that little box that you plug in that's portable. So I could plug it into the motorhome. We could travel with it.
But we can with Starlink too, and
Right.
it's probably the same price or cheaper
Well, it's $50 a month
for yours.
for what we got now for
Ma-
the Metro by T-Mobile.
Well, what happened?
Oh, now we're on the
There's the John Deere. This is right across from my shop.
Oh, you should show them. Well, it's all over anyway. The mailbox.
Here's highway. Here's the highway in front of my shop. Whoops! What is going on? So our town is over this yonder way. The gas station's down there. There's my Michelle's Impala, which I kind of drive. There's the F-150.
Oh, and the motorhome's right. parked.
There's
Well, you
there's
can't
my
see it now.
van. My van's back there. And we just parked the motorhome. That's my parking lot in that grassy area, all the way up to that fence, and all the way back by the tree line. That's my parking lot.
And the motorhome's parked right there.
It is not in this picture. It's not.
No.
Oh, they got some. I got some customer cars there. What kind of is that? A Beetle? A gray Beetle? I don't know. There's some kind of big Ford truck back there. There's a that looks like an Escape beside my van. Yeah, it's a little bit different now.
I'm gonna go in and get some dinner started.
Okay, sounds good.
So I still gotta
We'll
marinate the steak.
probably be on our two to 2.5 hours, somewhere in there.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'll be on the phone. Are you coming? You are?
There's the John Deere. It's kind of interesting. I never played around with this before. Yeah, so this is going to be a lot more fun on Thursday when we're in landscape mode. I have had to fix a couple broke down cars in the John Deere parking lot. Two of them that I can remember. They walked over. The John Deere people told them to come over here, and they walked over here, and I give them a ride back over in my pickup. Right here, my Ford pickup, and then we got their car going. And one guy I think was from Illinois. The other guy was from up north in Minnesota. And I don't advertise, so if I need the advertising I do is right here on the front of the building. If I need to advertise, I could put a sidewalk sign right out here. And I could put my oil change special, which we took it down. We did oil changes for $55. But I could put the oil change special back up there on a sidewalk sign right here. That's all the advertising I need to do. I don't think you can zoom in and out of this picture. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, there we go. That looks like a Ford Explorer. That is not a Volkswagen. I'm not sure what I did to that car. Looks like a Dodge Dakota back there. There's another car beside that Ford Explorer. And this is when I first started. I don't remember what I did to these cars. There's the van, the Chevy van. Oh, they blurred all the license plates. And then over here, we're going to make this into a reception area. And we're going to have vending machines inside, coffee inside, maybe a pop machine. But we're going to make this into the reception. So everybody's going to have to go in this door. I'm going to put a computer or a key code lock on this door. I'll give it to my all the parts delivery guys, the UPS. I'll give them the code for that. Yeah, there's Michelle's Impala, which I drive. Now, and the strut's bad. The strut's bad on the passenger rear. There's an engine mount bad. When you take off, she likes to pull up on the engine and you can feel it. Well, I can't remember what else is bad, but I don't want to fix the car. Yeah, there's my AC Delco signs. There's another one up here. The tree is blocking it. My truck, oh yeah, they blurred the plate. I got signs on my door. I got a Napa Auto Care sign on here. Yeah, I can show you. Let me go back to the software. And yeah, so you're seeing what I'm looking at right now. Shop outside. So right here, yeah, Napa Auto Care. There's a brake. Let's make that picture bigger. And I'm going to order that to the order. Move to top. There we go. There's my plow for my pickup. We got an air hose right out there for anybody. My name and my hours are on my door. My digital sign says brake service. It's got like 10 things it says. There's a little place out there for people to sit. I just took that picture today. Lots of cars leaking oil out on my blacktop. Oh, I missed. Yeah, so it's a rough wire grounding out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Thanks, Rob, for the help. Leisure says, I saw a cashier at Sears once. She looked like Cole Sanders. I don't know who Cole Sanders is. Rob says, that's pretty rough. I mean, they say they should solve it. Not sure they speed for the pay, but that's too sporadic. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Unlimited service interruptions. Starlink does not have an RV kit, just upfront costs for the device. Might be able to catch. So I can't, it's got to be solidly mounted. I can't put that on my RV. I didn't know that. I thought I could take that anywhere with me. Beer, cigarettes, vending machines. Yeah, I don't know if we could have beer and cigarettes. I think you need a permit for those. Michelle says, yeah, he won't fix the Impala. Michelle says, I want to make it a private bar at night. Yeah, there is a way around that. We can do memberships. And then you pay a membership and then you get free drinks, free cigarettes. No, I don't think you can get free cigarettes. Yeah, Michelle's got her own heat, central air conditioning. It's got its own bathroom. What else is in there? Yeah, pinball machine and pool table. We could fit that in there. But I just want to keep the customers out of my shop. There's been some higher ups coming in here, and I don't like them walking around my shop. So we're gonna put a window underneath the big TV over here. Let me show you. So where Michelle's is through that door. We'll keep that door locked, and if they have to come in here, we'll Michelle will let them in. But underneath the big TV there, we're gonna put a window there. So like they'll be able to look in here and check on their car or see what I'm doing. I'll keep my my station right here where I do the invoicing and order all the parts. I would take you into Michelle's. I suppose we can go in there. So it's kind of messy. Kind of used for storage. My vinyl machine, computer. Yeah, kind of storage stuff. We got some tables and some chairs, and we made these bar tables. There's one over there, and then there's a big table here, which got some more graphic stuff here. Like I do some vinyl. There's the bathroom in there with a sink and a shower and a door. But we're thinking of cutting that window right there so they can see out the shop, and we'll put a bench or a bar top here and a bar top here. We'll cut a hole in the wall back there so Michelle can go into the back. She'll have her own private entrance into the shop, and then if people need to come into my shop, they'll come through this door. And we'll probably get a regular door on here, not with a big window like these doors. This door can have the window. And then we also set up the lights so they can dim. I put all these switches in. I did such a nice job. So yeah, I'm up there on my big TV. I can see what I'm doing. See, you can see the delay. That's what I showed, like, I don't know how many seconds ago. My Norton says it just did a pop-up here. These issues are slowing down your Windows PC. 7 issues found. Okay. Michelle said no smokes. But I did not know. He said does have an RV kit. Who says they have an RV kit? Oh, Rob. Oh, they do have an RV kit. Sorry, Rob. Leisure says Katrina keeps the customers out of the shop. It's been storage all winter. Yeah, Michelle used to sit in there last year. We were going to make it into a bar, but then we found out that under whatever regulations they have, you can't have a bar or a restaurant connected to a shop with an entrance. We got at least one entrance into my shop. So we found that you can't do that. So then we just kind of stopped at it. But now I want a reception area for my customers. And we could put some vending machines in there, a pop machine. And Michelle could make coffee for people for free. Free will donation. So Michelle wants to know from Leisure, who is Katrina actually? I think she was the gal that ran. My memory is just bad, but you can refresh our memory. Oh, let me put it on something else. Like, I thought you guys were watching me. So here we are. Oh, so you guys, I had it on the wrong thing. All right, let me go show you in Michelle's again. I didn't have the camera on. Sorry, guys. So let's go look at it. Let's go look at it again. Oh, I just touched the microphone. All right, let's go into Michelle's because you guys didn't see what I was talking about. Didn't have the camera on. Too much going on. So yeah, I got a vinyl cutter, the computer for the vinyl cutter. Here's where we're gonna cut the big window in this area over here. It goes out to my shop. Yeah, we made these bar tables mounted to the wall. Vinyl supplies up there. Michelle bought a heater at a yard sale, so I told her not to buy it, but she did. There's a table over here, more vinyl cutting stuff here. Here's some of Michelle's stuff over here, more vinyl chairs. Some Christmas trees are in the window. And Michelle's Jeep and my van are right out there. There's a bathroom, a sink, a shower over here, which is more. And then I made this door open this way, but it did open this other way, which that would interfere with the toilet that's in here in the bathroom. Oh, there I'm in the mirror. It's got its own, this is security for the building. It's got its own heat and air conditioning. We got a couple refrigerators. This one is a glass one that we fixed. It's got a whole glass door in it. Michelle's kid got that for us. It was sitting on the curb, and I can't remember. We had to put some sensor in it, a thermistor, and I keep those on hand. So right here in this wall here, we're gonna cut that out and put a window in here. And then here's the switches I was telling you about. Yeah, I put a dimmer on these, and I put all these switches in myself. I think it looks real nice. And then I came back out here, and right under the TV is where we'll put the window. And there'll be bench tops. And then we'll cut a hole into this room, and I'll straighten this room out. I got a washing machine, a refrigerator, a microwave. That's just kind of where I store stuff too. But then Michelle, we can take the bath or the shower out of the area over there, and she could have more room. The only problem I have right now is the furnace that's in there. The AC lines would be in the way. I'll have to move those AC lines. There used to be the breaker box over there. Used to be over here, and I paid the local electrician here to move it over there, and then we put a row of plugins on this wall over here. So we were getting it all ready to go. All right, sorry that I screwed that up the first time. Katrina was a bookkeeper at the local independent shop. She used to work at one of the gas stations in town and was RN. She looks like a young Sandy Dennis. I don't know who Sandy Dennis is. Michelle said it was $2 for that heater. Again, it's been storage all winter, so it's a mess. Yeah. Thermostat. Well, the one is a security module for the shop. That's when I know somebody comes in and the door's open. That's the little dinger thing. For the bar. We just want to put one-way tint on the window. Yeah. But I still wonder if they should look into my shop. They should be able to. Well, we could roll up the window. So if we don't want them looking in here, we could have the window down with one-way tint going the other way. And then if we do want them to look in here, we can just roll the window up. So it looks like we got to get a haircut scheduled for me. I not necessarily know if I like that. I did want to show Leisure something. I got a picture for Leisure. So I worked on a Grand Am. I can't remember what year it was. Maybe like a 2005. Maybe not quite that old or new. But the head gaskets were out. It was I think it was a 3400, maybe a 3900. No, it's a 3400. But anyways, it needed the heads resurfaced. And exactly how I did those exhaust manifolds. I have another little setup I did for these heads, but I wanted to show you how good I got the surface on these heads. And now I can't find it. And this was a while ago. Oh, I can't find the picture. I got so many pictures on here. Here's, look at that big truck I had on my hoist. Then I had a police car on my hoist. All right, let me find. Oh, right here. So I resurfaced this head myself, and actually did. I have a picture of both of them, but this one we can just look at it like I did. It was flat, and I got a machinist straight edge. Did not do nothing with the valves because the valves weren't the problem, but I wire brushed it. Looks like that valve there in the middle, the exhaust valve, is a little dirty, but it ran good. And he drove the car for a while, and then ended up like selling it to a roommate because she needed a car. And I believe the car's still running with the head gaskets I put in it. Make this picture smaller so it fits better. So yeah, this new OBS software, I really am liking it. Then my phone runs off DroidCam, and that's in here. And I think there's a way I can put the security camera outside my shop on here too. Yep, the internet's dipping in and out. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have Michelle call them again and ask them what's up, because I've had it where I get, let's go back to the internet. I've had it where I get, let me test it again, but I've had it, yeah, almost 100 meg download. And I think we had, sometimes we get like 20 meg upload. So then, and then there's times like today where I don't get very much at all. So you know what I like? This new so this new software I'm using there, it's finally going to test the upload 1.77. Let's test it again. Well, there it didn't even do nothing. What the heck? Yeah, we're gonna have to call the Metro home internet people tomorrow. 0.61 download. That's terrible. Oh, then it just jumps. What is going on? And I reset my computer just because I thought that might be, like, I leave my computer on all the time. So I restarted my computer, which there won't even test. Restarted my computer, which has Windows 11 on it, which I do not like Windows 11. Yeah, this is ridiculous internet. Yeah. So sorry guys if it's cutting in and out or buffering or whatever. We're going to work on the internet. There's one more option I can do. I could go back to the home telephone company here in town, and they got fiber or whatever running through, fiber optics running through the backyard of my shop. So I just don't want to pay that much money. It's quite a bit more than what we're paying now because Michelle gets a discount with her phone. But her phone uses the AT&T towers, and there ain't no AT&T towers around here, just Verizon. And my phone's a track phone, and I have unlimited. I pay like $79 every 3 months. I have unlimited minutes. I have unlimited data. I have 30 gigabytes of hotspot. What else is on this phone? I've been with track phone for like 30 some years, quite a few years. I'm a preferred customer of them. I don't have my minute thing up here. Let me go into it. See what it says. Probably going to want me to sign in because I'm on automatic. It automatically refills itself. I actually have 2 phones with them. I've had both of these phones for both of my numbers for like over 30 years. I remember when cell phones first came out, I did not want a cell phone. I think we've talked about this before. Still trying to log into my account. I do it better on the computer. I'm just having trouble logging in. I might just give up on trying to log in. I know what I got to do to figure out what I was trying to say. So let me clear all these off. I need the widget. I need the My Account widget. And we'll see what it says. It probably won't say nothing because it said something I gotta log in. Yeah. But anyways, I got unlimited minutes, unlimited data, unlimited text messages. That's the other one. I paid $79 for 3 months, and I climb the pole underneath the cover of night and tap in. And I got 30 gigabytes of hotspot that refreshes every 3 months, which I barely use the hotspot on my phone. Don't need to. Maybe I should put the hotspot on my phone and connect my computer to that. Let me turn off my data or my Wi-Fi on my phone. This might help. So now I'm running on Verizon. I'm going to do a speed test on my phone. If that works, I'm going to turn on my hotspot. So I need to go back to the internet on my phone. Let's see what I got on Verizon. So Verizon has given me on my phone on data. So the upload was, or the download was 15, but I'm not getting good upload. Let me put my phone up here. So maybe it's there. I'm up to 20. Yep. So I think I'm gonna turn on my hotspot, and I'm gonna switch my internet over. That'll help us. So let me turn on my hotspot. I'm going to put my phone up here where it gets better reception because we're in a middle building. All right, I'm going to put you guys back on so you can see me. So I just cheated a little bit. I had a cigarette. You guys didn't have to watch me. So that's one of the reasons why I like this new stuff. All right, I'm gonna switch us over to my hotspot. Hopefully you guys don't lose me for very long. So I'm gonna connect to my internet. Connected. All right, says the OBS studio has reconnected. Hopefully you guys will get me back, or else that was it. Okay, why did I lose this phone? Okay, so I lost my, because I switched to a different internet, the phone is going through the internet. Okay, so I can't reset that up right now. I'm gonna have to switch back to my other one. We're gonna go on the 5G connection. Found the 5G. Let's. All right, hopefully my camera will come back on. I might have just screwed this up. I'll put it on a picture. Let me find a good picture here. Here we go. So hopefully my my Droid cam comes back on. May have to restart my Droid cam. I was just trying to get us some better internet using my hotspot, but then the Droid cam that I'm just gonna restart my phone. Okay, now I don't know why it's not working. Okay, so I think I got my Droid cam back up. Let me get you guys back on so you can see me. Yeah, it's back working now. I tried to switch to my hotspot on my phone, which made my Droid cam not work. And now it says we got good internet, so, and I switched my internet connection here to 5G. I got a, can't remember what kind of router I got. I see the pics, yeah. But I can't remember what kind of router I got, but it's a good one, and it does 5G and 2.4G. The only thing I don't like about the 5G on the router is it doesn't go very far, and you lose your speed. Put it that way. So it does say the OBS studio does say we got a good connection now. So maybe that will help us throughout the rest of the night. We've been on for almost 2 hours, just right under 2 hours. It's gonna be 2 hours and just 5 seconds. So that's pretty good. It says I have 6 current viewers. We have 129 views tonight because we're on the short feed for YouTube. That's pretty cool. So this next Thursday we will be on the. You'll just have to. I'll use this OBS studio again where I can put up the notification or the. I can put the live feed up and schedule it. So that'll be good. Steaks are marinating. Thanks, Michelle. She's gonna feed me. So let's just go through all the pictures. So I'm gonna start at the top. We did the computer screen. So here's my lawnmower. You guys like that? I did all the graphics on this myself. So the Confederate flag there, there's louvers. There's louvers in the top. And I put that, I did, JD is still here. Hit like the button. Hit the like button. Yeah. So my lawnmower, I still have this lawnmower and I mow my yard with it, and people will stop out in the road and they'll take pictures of me, and I don't know if they're cussing at me or not. But I watched the Dukes of Hazzard when I was a kid. There's some more graphics here. I put the little flame graphics on there. And I bought this lawnmower for I think like $50, but it had a blown up engine and it had a single cylinder Briggs & Stratton. And I put in a 18 horse industrial opposing cylinder Briggs & Stratton. So I don't know what you call that engine. Leisure will know. Yeah, so it was a JD. It was already orange. I figured the only thing I needed to do was make it into the General Lee. So I did. All right, let's go on to the next picture. This is my 97 Grand Am and my 87 Corvette. That car, I love that car, but I sold it because Dad could not ride in it when I got him out of the nursing home. Beautiful, beautiful car. I kept it in great condition. I unhooked the power antenna back there so it couldn't come up because I drove this car fast. I think I had it up. I don't want to say, I don't know if I could get in trouble, but it has a TPI motor. I took the heads off. I planed the heads down, put undercut valves in it, ported the TPI intake, put 1,000 CFM throttle body on it. I had a custom tune. I could program the memcals inside. I could still do that. I have the stuff to do that. I put a Flowmaster exhaust on it. Took the cats off. We don't have emission laws in Minnesota. I put some kind of a SLP ram air intake on it, cold air intake thing. That would really help at night. When you kicked up the speed into the 3-digit mark, you could just feel that the engine was loving that fresh air. Okay, so Leisure says you need a white Dixie Jeep. Yeah, we can paint the Jeep Renegade. We should put Dixie stickers on it. So there's my Ranger, and the Droid Cam thing will disappear. There's a little watermark in the pit thing right now that will disappear, I think. So this is my Ranger, and that's my brother's homemade utility trailer. He made that, and we pull in the Ranger to the racetrack. I think we went out to the Fall Jamboree, wasn't it, Michelle? Michelle says, I like the Jeep truck style one. Not sure what she means. So here's her Jeep Renegade, or our Jeep Renegade. I made these, all these graphics I did up here on the rail. I put them on the door handles. I painted the wheels. Put a little Renegade thing there on the side. I did the ones on the hood, and I did opposite of the Trailhawk because I didn't want to copy them. I put a little Renegade thing there in the middle of the hood. I painted the grill. The grill was a chrome grill, I think. I put the little push bumper thing up there, and that thing is flimsy. It's made out of aluminum. I think I paid like $9 for it, $10 on eBay. The Gladiator, Leisure says. So there's the Jeep that Michelle drives, and I have had it's got the original brakes in it. It's got almost 80,000 miles on it now. No repairs. I did take it in had some recalls for the exhaust manifold and the radiator and the fan and stuff like that, and for the transmission calibration. JD says Italian Jeep. Leisure says more headaches than they are worth. Michelle says I just got a compliment on how nice our Jeep is yesterday at Taco Bell. She went to Taco Bell. And then she went to Taco John's for me because I don't like Taco Bell. So I got Taco John's. She went up there by herself, so she brought me back Taco John's, and she went to Taco Bell. I said, you know what's going to happen, right? Here's the sign on the outside of my building. I just took this today. It says search Pete's Custom Car Shop on YouTube. I think that's pretty cool. That's one of the 10 different scenes that the sign does. Here's the picture of the oscilloscope. It's a Tektronix, and I fixed that scope. It did not work. That's at the job where I build the starting units. So I think I used the scope to fix the scope, and then here's a picture of, I don't know what I was doing here, but that's the scope I have now. Here's the starting units. We went through that. 1224. There's 2 21 SIs, 4 Group 31s, 4 semi-style starter solenoids that they're actually 32 volt for locomotives. And we put a timing board in there to operate the pull-in coil. And then once the solenoid pulls in, then it uses the whole coil. So I just built one of those timing boards because I got some solenoids the guy's shipping to me I need to fix. Here's the resurfaced head. I was just showing laser because this one I have a different one than what I used for the exhaust manifolds on the Ram that I just did, which turned out good too, I think. Circuit boards. So I made this circuit board here. Oh, I need to put that picture up to the top. That's my 1224 charge controller board, which I have some customers that still use this. It's got my name on there. I designed this board and I built it how I wanted to build it. Uses the 4001 LM2. Oh gosh, it's been so long. LM2901. There's some resistors, some LEDs, diodes, a 7805. The hookup, some pots, some MOSFETs. Okay. That all turns into this. Now I need to move this picture to the top. So there's the pots. Connector. Oh, there's a capacitor there. All the resistors are quarter watts because that's just what I used back in those days. JD, I don't like to solder SMDs, but I'm learning how to do it better. Here's the controller board I made for my this runs my furnace in my house. I have a 96.5% efficiency. And this was when it was brand new because the cycle count is 1. And Rob was talking about the hysteresis, so that's the difference from when it turns on to off, or turns back on again. And I built that, it says right up here at the top, 11/25 of 2018, 12 p.m. when she came online. And then here's the original thermostat, which they're hooked in parallel, so if this one fails, the other one still works. Put these solar panels on top of the RV. This one came with the RV, the little one that got this 4 little mounting tabs off of it. And that one charges the battery that starts the RV. These 2 charge the batteries that we run off. Michelle hates that thermostat. Here's the charge controller inside the RV. And I think we've produced, since I put them solar panels on there, like 150 it's 150,000 watts or something, megawatts. I don't know what you call it. Here's the batteries. There's 4 of these cell phone tower batteries. The recycled ones, I got them given to me. Maybe I had to pay scrap price on them. They weigh 147 pounds apiece, and there's 4 of these. There's 2 on each side. Here's the inverter, which has a built-in transfer switch. So when you plug this into shore power, it automatically switches over. When you unplug from shore power, it switches to the inverter. So we never lose power. And I'm going to make a new device that when you plug this into the shore power, that if the voltage comes up to 13.4, then it switches to the batteries and runs them down. And if it gets down to, this thing likes to shut off around 10.5 volts. So if the voltage gets low enough, then it'll switch this to shore power and turn the battery charger on, which is right underneath of it. So I talked to Rob on Jeffro's live feed, which is on Sunday nights at 6:30 Central Time, and everybody should go there. Jeffro said he's going to start giving away tools again if he could get his viewer count up. So if you guys all want to remember that, it's that Sunday night, 6:30 Central Time. Look for Jeffro's. Here, let's go on the internet. Let me find it. You guys need to come to this, guys. So if we go over here, Jeffro's Garage Adventures. I'm pulling them up. He has a live feed. Look at this. My internet will not make this page work. Here, it's finally going. So he has a live feed every Sunday at 6:30 Central Time. And he likes to give away some tools, and he hasn't been giving away some tools. Of course, he's been busy with school stuff. He's going back to school. Can't remember what for. And he's a veteran. He's got a Harley. And we just talk about everything on Sunday night at 6:30 Central Time. But if he gets his viewer count up for those live feeds, he's going to start giving away tools again. And I think that's pretty great. I like all his videos. And I came across his channel right when I started my channel, Pete's Custom Car Shop. So check out his live feed on Sunday nights at 6:30. I think I got this all right. Jeffro's Garage and Fab. Yeah, it's Jeffro's Garage and Fab. I might have said Jeffro's Garage Adventures, but that's another guy, Jeff's Garage Adventures. So this one's Jeffro's Garage and Fab. He wants to get his viewers up on his live stream. Here, we'll look at his live page. So here's his lives, and they're on every Sunday night. And we talk about everything, and he'll if you say something on his comments, he'll read them out, just kind of like I do, which I got to get back to there to make sure I'm not missing too many comments. Yeah, JD, yeah, you're gonna like this guy. He's a very nice guy. He's a veteran. He works really hard for how old he is, and he's been going through a little bit of a hard time lately. I think he said his blood pressure is too high. So here's what I look at when I'm talking to you guys on my computer, or on this live feed right now. Gigawatts. Yeah, I'm gonna let me put you up on something else here. I'm gonna put you up so you can look at Michelle. Right there. She's flipping you off. 1.21 gigawatts. That's the Back to the Future. I love that. So Jeffro's, he was just calling out all the good car movies. Yeah, that's a good one, Leisure. I don't know if we had Back to the Future on them once. He wants to know all the good car movies. And I don't know a lot of the car movies you guys were talking about. But yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff, and then And then I'm in the comments there. I'm watching his live feed, so been watching it pretty regular. There's a couple times I missed, like when I was on vacation. So I've missed a couple of them. But yeah, he's a good guy. Let's look at Michelle when she's driving the motorhome. There she is, driving the motorhome. That's her love y'all sign. So we are leaving our camping spot. Let me show you the camping spot. So we're leaving this camping spot, and Michelle's driving us home. Pulling the Jeep on the trailer. Let me show you that picture. Well, I can't yet. I turned the heat off. What do you mean you turned the heat off? You just turned your heat off? Leisure said he turned his heat off. It's too hot at his house. Just chilling about 75 mile an hour. Yeah, she drives a little fast. Like I don't kick it down. It's got a Triton V10. Is that a 6.8 liter? Leisure will know. I think it's a 6.8 liter. It needs a new fan clutch. When it's 95 degrees outside, I'm going up a hill, pulling the trailer. I kick her down a little bit, and the temperature gauge just goes all the way to hot. So I got to let it off. And that's the fan clutch. I need a new fan clutch. It's a 1999. It's got 48,000 miles on it after our trip. He's getting hot from all the pics you were pulling up, yeah. So we started out, it had been sitting for a while, and we started out, I don't know, we were getting like 5.5 to 6. But as we started going on our trip and we just ventured out, I put new brakes in the front. We put some new tires on it. We got it to roadworthy because it was sitting for quite some time. We got all the air conditioners and everything was working. I didn't have to charge any of them, but we cleaned them all up. And by the time we were coming home, our fuel mileage had increased to like 7.8. So I do think it could use an alignment. I could not get the tie rod, the adjusting bar. It's got a big straight bar in the front to adjust the tie rods. I could not get that loose. I tried. I got some big pipe wrenches and everything. I could not get it loose. I did soak it down, so maybe it'll come loose now. But my brother has a torch, and he's going to help me. He just didn't help me in time when we had to go to the Indy 500 last year. Yeah, I don't like it hot either, but 50 degrees is too cold for me. I think JD would agree with you, Leisure. So here, we're going to go up here. There was something I was going to show you. Kind of lost track of what I was doing. Yeah, so here's the RV pulling the Jeep. She drove with that trailer, the Jeep on the back. She drove us home from Indianapolis. I think I can make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, there's the Jeep on the back. I made that trailer to pull my race car, my modified, because the modified was extra wide. It runs I run 1-inch offset wheels on the front with 1-inch spacers on a metric. So the frame for that car would be like a metric Monte Carlo frame. That's what they call it. So it's really wide in the front. And I had to build that trailer special to haul my race car. So I built the whole trailer. I welded it with an arc welder. The axles are all welded together too out of a angle iron. Maybe I can make it bigger, or we can zoom in on them axles. So underneath the trailer, the axles are welded together, angle iron, and then they come up. I put all brand new. I built it all. I got the springs at like Northern Tool. shackle kit. Them are S10 Chevrolet hubcaps on there on the wheels. And the wheels, the bolt pattern is like a Chrysler, an old Dodge, like 70s Dodge, that small 5-bolt pattern the Dodges had. But I pulled my race car with that for years. I can't remember what year I built it. 2004. Probably 2004. No, it's a 2003. Built that trailer back in 2003, so it's 23 years old. It's a Fleetwood. So the RV is a 1999 Pace Aerovision Fleetwood. It's got the tow package on it because it's got a tag axle. It had airbags on the drive axle, but I put a set of airbags onto the tag axle, and they're all hooked into a pump over here on the driver's side, and it comes on automatically because something's leaking a little bit more over the year that we've had it. Because when I first put the airbags on, they held pretty good, but now that's probably it, JD, 5x4.5. I think that's an old Chrysler style. Yep, I knew you would agree with Felicia on that. 50 degrees is just right. You're up there in Nova Scotia, Canada. Felicia says, with Michelle at the fuel controls, fuel mileage is in the negative numbers. Yeah, I don't know. Well, she did drive home, and we were getting like 7.8. I just, I like to feel it out a little bit and make sure that we're not going to have any failures. We're a long ways from home. I brought a few tools, a jack. We had a spare tire. The motorhome has got big hydraulic jacks built in, so it can lift all those tires right off the ground with the built-in jacks. It's a 550. This chassis is a 550 Ford school bus chassis with a 550 dump truck cab or a sleeper. Yeah, I like probably like 65 is my temperature for working. If I'm riding a motorcycle, yeah, it's got to be 85 or 90. So yeah, where did we leave off? RV solar panels. So here's the RV solar panels. We'll put those on there. The charge controller. Yeah, no, we were here. So inside the RV, I took this picture last night. We're running off the batteries. The batteries were at 80%. The voltage of the batteries is 12.4. We're putting out 122 volts AC. We're using 40 watts at 60 hertz. And you want to have your hertz at 60 hertz because if you have an older clock or something, it won't keep time. RV ready with the Jeep. We just went to this picture. There's Michelle driving the RV. Here's my modified. That picture at the top is my first year. I won in that car. Those do look like Hoosiers on there. The two bottom pictures have American Racers or McCurry's. That bottom picture, I'm at Cresco doing hot laps. The middle picture is kind of what it looks like now. So I can zoom in on this. I made all these panels in the front. Look at my hood scoop. I made that hood scoop. Has a Miller Lite sticker right in the middle of it. Still does. Chevy bow tie. I think I painted that Chevy bow tie on the front myself. Those are Aero wheels. That's my original bumper. I think I might have only bent one bumper. It's very hard to get in. There's a light visor right here that keeps the light off my so I could see. And then inside, there goes the internet again. Inside right here, there's a screen, and I got 6 inches to see in front of me. I put all these creases in the panels, curved them in, put these trim pieces on the back. Had the USMTS officials come and check out my car because all the drivers said, nope, that's illegal. But I made the engine covers. That's the clutch master cylinder. And the USMTS guy, I can't remember his name, he said that I could race. Here we are inside my shop at home. I'm redoing the transmission in the van because the van, I didn't take the transmission out, but I put every seal in that transmission because when it sits over the winter, the torque converter drains all its fluid into the pan, which overfills the transmission, which then it would leak the fluid out, and I was just making a mess. So it was turned out to be the shifter selector shaft seal that was bad. So I did all the seals anyways and changed the fluid. There's the modified in my garage. There's enough room to park it over there. Flags. So here is Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and when we went there last year during qualifying and practice, our camping spot was right here at the main entrance. I'm standing right out in front of the RV, I do believe. This is dusk. So I seen them flags and they're all lit up, so I took a picture of those. Here's me standing next to the official 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 Corvette pace car, and I'm touching the car. I wish I could have drove it. Yeah, I made my own sheet metal brake, and I have a chromoly tubing bender. A mandrel bender. I have a mandrel bender. I have a hydraulic tubing notcher to notch all the tubes. Here's the grandstands of the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. We were all the way up the top, and Mom walked all the way up these stairs to get all the way up to the top row of the grandstand, main grandstand. And then we found out there's elevators, and the custodians helped us. So anytime Mom needed to go anywhere in the track, around the track, like we were just checking everything out, they would give us a ride in the golf carts, and Michelle kind of hooked us up with all that. Yep, it was right outside the main gate. It's a Chevy. They never stop good. Yeah, the van. No, it does stop good. Here, Leisure will get a kick out of this. This picture of the Miller Lite cans. I don't know. I just took it. That picture. I thought it was cool. We're in the main grandstand right there. Here we are camping out at my brother's house. It just was a nice picture. He's got a nice yard. Daisy. Here's Daisy. This was taken this year, right out in front of Michelle's, and we got some chairs there that we put out when the weather's nice. Here's my modified engine for the first year. That's a 358. So it's a 350 bored 40 over. I run a 406 now, full roller. This is a roller cam in this engine, and that's a Speedway alcohol carb 750 methanol. I run aluminum valve covers now, and you got to put a cover over this front breather, or else the wind will go, when you're racing, the air from outside will go in this one, push the oil out the back one. And then this engine is an engine for, I believe I did that for my 72 Nova, maybe the 74, I can't remember. But you can see I ported and polished the heads there. That's just a 1850 Holley, so it's vacuum secondaries. I don't know, that's probably a 75-45 intake. Oh, I did have these valve cover nut hold downs made for me. They cost me like 150 bucks. The guy at the local machine shop did it. I didn't realize it was going to cost that much. I have sold these Mickey Thompson valve covers. I'm just going to read some comments. It's either push as hard as you can or stop instantly or no stop at all. Yeah, sometimes it's like that in the van. Michelle is in the background ready to drive the pace car like she stole it. Oh, did you see Michelle in the background there? Yep, I think that's her. We're at Tunnel 6. Here's some race wins. Yeah, that was the first year. And then I did win in the street stock. That's a Wasota street stock. Yeah, I wanted to drive that pace car. So if I could make this picture bigger, Napa sponsored me. Jeff's Auto Body, Steervont Motors. Some kind of motors back there. I'm all done with sponsors now, so it was a big deal with sponsors trying to satisfy your sponsors. They all want pictures. They all want race reports. So I don't do sponsors anymore. Here's my first race car. It's a 79 Monte Carlo, and it's the original 305 engine in there. And this thing, so the top picture is our car lot, and this is gravel. I would whip around here, go out onto the highway, which is the highway that's in front of my shop now. This is down the road for me. And I made my own little circle track there, and the cops watched me one night, and I pulled her into the shop. They came in and they said, "Don't do that anymore." But that's when I found out how fast this car could really go. Let's see if I can make it bigger. My mom hand painted all the sponsors on there. Napa sponsored me for a long time. Looks like my name's on the front, just like a NASCAR. My younger brother painted the roll cage. We mixed up some custom pink paint. I can't remember what kind of wheel that is in the front, but I use Chevy Rally wheels on the back, the 14-inch Rally wheels. I built this car completely myself. I guess a couple buddies helped me, and my brothers maybe. There's an 89 Grand Am or something right there, next to a Chevy Blazer. You can tell how old this is. This is at a car lot. We sold these cars. So we have the record in Minnesota, maybe even still stands. We sold over 150 cars in 1 month. Is that a Chevy Beretta? I had my mom paint those cross flags on the front. Yeah, that's a Beretta. I know it is, JD. So this is car lot I used to work at. We set a record in Minnesota for selling cars per month. I don't want to tell you everything that happened because the FBI did come to our shop. Here's my street stock. This is my first street stock right here. I kind of had a wing on the back. See that big wing back there? They did make me take that off after the first race. I've always had 01. Here I am, where I'm in the paint booth at the shop where the car lot is. I'm getting it ready to paint it this purple and blue, and I have blue flames. Here's my second street stock. No, it's my third race car, but second street stock. Yeah, this picture's underneath. Let's look at this one. Oh yeah, we already looked at this picture. We got to run in the years that we got to run this in Wasota street stock, we got to use a reground McCurry tire, I think. There's the modified. This is when the modified was brand new. Never raced. Brand new Hoosiers, brand new Bassett wheels. It's quite a bit different from this picture, which I've added all the wings and everything on it. And I got teched for USMTS of that Steve, I think, what's his name? But I know the guy, and I had the rule book right with me, and they had to let me race. Here we go back, quad 4. This is a 91 Grand Am. I put this turbo on there. It's off like a Dodge 2.2 turbo. So it's kind of a small turbo. It did spool up and make a lot of pressure, and it was quite fun to drive. We spent a couple I'm a week in the garage fabbing. I have the exhaust manifold still for the turbo, and I have all the main parts that you need to put a turbo on. We welded this stainless steel pipe, and it all held air. And we had our own homemade blow-off valve, a homemade injector that injected more oil into the intake. I do have all the high output cams and stuff for one of these engines and a spare 125 transmission laying around. My first vehicle ever was this pickup, and I don't have the actual pictures of when I got it all fixed. Ended up putting a 392. I made it into four-wheel drive. Bought a 71 Travelall with 392, 727 Chrysler transmission that was made to go on to the International engine. This engine that we're looking at here is just a 304. And then that's me back when I first, I don't know how old I was, but I look a little different, I guess. Yeah, I don't think at that time, JD, that I had the high output cams in it. So I have high output cams. I have a set of high output cams, and I have a set of W41 cams. Here's my 79 Monte Carlo. I wish I had this car back. I did sell it. It was originally from Texas, no rust. Never made it into a race car because it was too nice. I did put interior in out of one of my cars that I made into a race car. I put a Vega, a torque converter in it. It had a TH350. I think I rebuilt the transmission in this car and the engine. And I put all my racing technology into the engine. I had a cutout intake. It had, I side clearanced all the rods. You could hold this engine right to the floor all day long in neutral and nothing would happen. Here's my van, and there's the Boss plow on the van. I think that's pretty, it's not on the van. The van's just in front of the plow. Here's the big truck I had on my hoist. It's all the way on there. 3,500. I think I was taking the gas tank out, the rear tank, because it was bad. Here's our squad car. I just wanted to brag because our city police bring their cars to me. Here's my shop when I first started at my house. I still have it. It's a little more finished now, and mostly just Michelle's stuff is in there. Some of my stuff's in there too. There's the Corvette at the time when I had it, and the Grand Am's on the lift. The Corvette just looks like it's a different color. Oh, I got a cloth over the top of it. Cloth cover. There's actually the batteries that are in the motorhome. They're right down. I'll put them in the center of the screen. That looks like the batteries I got in the motorhome now. So they're recycled cell phone tower batteries, and this was a long time ago, so they are pretty old. Here I went to Walmart to get some groceries late at night one night. I come back out, and there's another Corvette just like mine parked beside me, and there's nobody in that Corvette, but it looks like his headlights don't go down. But I thought that was pretty cool, so I snapped a picture of that before I took off. I don't know who that was. He just parked right beside me. It's got underglow lights. Well, quad 4 turbo, how did it hold together? No, it never blew up. What happened, why I had to stop driving the car, was the rear axle on all my Grand Ams. I've had 3 of those. Like, I don't know what body style they are, but the rear axle where the link mounts to the unibody would rust out right there. So I ended up just scrapping them out once that happens. I should have kept the 89. I could have fixed that and then made it into a race car. That 89 was fast. I got some high 8 videos that I'm going to convert over of me racing around in that car. I never got beat. That thing was super fast. I raced a Viper. I raced Grand National that was turbo 4 car lengths in the quarter. This is street racing. We had quarter miles. That car could go well over. It would almost be topped out in the quarter mile. I raced a 1970 Plymouth Barracuda with a 344 speed, hopped up. We beat him by 2 car lengths, or maybe a car length and a half, the first run. So he comes back and he wants a rematch, and he's letting air out of his tires. And we're like, well, what happened? And he's like, I don't know, but that just ain't right. So he lets air, and this time we decided we were going to try, and we beat him by 4 car lengths. Here's Michelle in the modified. She's giving everybody the bird. This is just last year. Yeah, so that's the picture right there. Dale Earnhardt. I got a 3 on the side for Dale Earnhardt. I had a car flip on me once, and that's why this sail panel's a little messed up, and the roof here. He flipped upside down and was laying right on the top of me. Broke the air cleaner stud right off the carburetor. I was able to get back out and race, and my hood pins were sheared off. I didn't know that. Hood flew off when I went back there. There was no air cleaner on it because the stud for the air cleaner was sheared off. And they wanted to make sure I was okay before I went on the track. But then I caused caution, so as soon as I went out there for the green flag, the hood flew off. Nobody got hurt or anything. Yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do if I gotta lift up stuff. I've had even sketchier on 2 posts. Here's Daisy at the shop. She's just hanging out. That's here last year. That's my Craftsman toolbox. That's my main toolbox I've always had. Got more toolboxes now. The Napa rep came in and was explaining filters, that how you could go 10,000 miles with this filter that's on the right. It's Napa Gold. You can see the media in it is really like thin looking compared to the Pro Select filter right here, which that's what I use in my shop. I use the Pro Select filters. Here's the modified Crash. This would have been the first year because it's got the Schoenfeld long tube headers on it. So that's the engine that's in the picture I showed you. That engine went a long time before it blew up. I can't remember. Oh, I was in Cresco, and I was coming through the pack, and I was up to 5th, and we were flying, and a rock came in underneath the hood here, hit the distributor cap, which caused it to crossfire, and it split that engine right in half, and it ruined my roller cam, which was a one-offer. I split the timing chain. All the rods and pistons were still connected. The web blockings were still connected to the crankshaft. Yeah, broke the transmission input shaft. Whole bunch of stuff. I got that on video, and I'll have to transfer that over to make a YouTube video out of to digital or whatever you call. So here's my shop on the outside. Just took this picture tonight. So there is a Napa Auto Care sign there. And I was just commenting about how the cars that come to my shop all leak oil. So one of my things I like to fix is oil leaks. I do not like oil leaks. Here's our dog on me. She thinks she's a lap dog. She's a little bit bigger. This was last year, so she's a little bit bigger now. Here's the Grand Am that was so fast. I want this car back. And that's I think it's a 1986 Firebird. Not fuel injected. It was the last year for carburetors. Did have a 700 R4. I put a Corvette servo in there. There's a T-top. My brother has this car, and he's going to be bringing it up here. We're going to get it back going again. It's been sitting for quite a few years. And we're down to the last picture, which is our camping in Illinois. So I'm getting ready to to call her a night. We've been on for 2 hours and 45 minutes. So that's pretty good. I have been feeling better. My shoulders don't hurt anymore. My hip went out was really sore for like a couple days. That's all good now. A big day tomorrow. I got to put a transmission in that Chevy. It's a 2021 Chevy Silverado, 2500, and the transmission's got the torque converter problem where she slips in and out. And they thought, and it makes a noise when it does that, like a shutter noise. So they thought that maybe the wheel bearing was out, and I was like, I drove it, and I'm like, nope, you got the the torque converter problems. So it looks like I'm gonna see if I can put this pull up here. I'm gonna end the pull. Do I need a haircut? Yes, 83. No, 17%. Pull complete, 6 votes. So looks like Michelle's got dibs on this. I have to get a haircut scheduled now, which is gonna be summer and warm out anyway. So it's gonna work out for me. I need to get a haircut, and my hairdresser. I go to the beauty salon in Leroy. It's called House of Hair, and she does haircuts for guys. And I know her. She's just gonna be I haven't been there for I don't know, quite some time, and she's gonna let me know about it. And she's actually a friend of mine. She used to go racing with me in Cresco. She'd ride along. She loved the racing. JD says GM couldn't build a decent truck for the life of them. Yeah, well, they're collaborated on their transmissions, and Ford and GM have the same problem. They need to go back to when the torque converter wasn't PWM'd. You know, when it wasn't pulse width management. They can make the torque converter slip that clutch of all they want. Back in the older days, like my 89 Grand Am, that was either on or off. A lot less problems. Once in a while, the torque converter clutch would wear out, and it would jump when it kicked in. That happened a little bit, so that was their only problem, other than the lockup solenoid would go out. But a lot less problems back then. I think on everything, it's just over-engineered. The engineers don't care. They're young. They don't know any better. They don't care. They're just there to get a paycheck. So I think that's a lot of the problem nowadays. And then the state puts down the brine, and the brine soaks in, and everything rusts away. And I think they're in collaboration. That's what I think. So yeah, I'm getting ready to. I'm getting hungry. So Michelle's making steak and potatoes, I think she said. So it is 10:49 here where I'm at. It's even later for Leisure if he's still on here. He might have crashed out. I think Rob crashed out. He's in Pennsylvania. So yeah, you guys can catch me on this Thursday at 7. So I made a mistake in my video this morning. I said 7. Tuesdays are at 8. So I was able to schedule it with my new software, which I've been having a blast with. I got a bunch more pictures I could put on here. This is just all I could do in the short amount of time I had today after I got all my work done. And I cleaned up the shop a little bit. And I worked on the lawnmower a little bit, just a little bit. I got to get the lawnmower done for these people. They want to mow the yard. I got too much in it now to say, okay, I can't fix it. You got to take it somewhere else. I'll never get my money. I got coils, battery, fuel filter, gasoline, spark plugs. I got a bunch of stuff in there. I replaced all the stuff that can be bad. The engine runs fine, so it's not a compression issue, not a valve issue. So JD's, Leisure still is up. I had a Cavalier that the torque converter stuck on. Came to, yep, so that's the lockup solenoid. They had that problem. But it was so much simpler. I mean, back when I was first starting out, I'm like, what's causing this? But once you figured it out, it wasn't that bad to change that solenoid. That's the only problem I had. If I ever had one that was jittery, I would add some lube guard into the fluid, and then it wouldn't jitter anymore when it turned on. I did have one car that when it was cold, like really cold, I live in Minnesota where it's cold, that when the torque converter engaged, it would slip and jump a little bit. But as soon as the fluid warmed up, it was fine, so I never worried about it. I think that was actually in the 89 Grand Am. Yep, this one here on the bottom. That when it was really, really cold and the lockup came on, it would like a skateboard. But once the transmission fluid warmed up, it was fine. And I have the transmission out of this car. I think I have the whole engine. I do not have them Skyhawk wheels. I think I sold them. Yep, here we are at the car lot. Let's make this picture bigger. This was probably right when I first bought it. Looks like there's a Grand Am out there. Look at that. That's that an 81 Monte Carlo. There's another Grand Am. Is that that's a Mercury or something? These two. That's as far as that picture goes. So that looks like a 96 or 97 Grand Am. The black one. Next to the Monte Carlo. This is at the car lot I worked at. That's a Grand Prix right behind my car. That's a Grand Prix. I can tell. Winter. I love this car. A Plymouth Acclaim. Yeah, maybe. If we had some of those. What's this picture got in the background? You know what? Let me put this on top. That Grand Am right there, that red one, is the one. No. I was going to say that's the one I resurfaced the heads for, but it's not. Old school bus back there, gas barrel. That looks like a Ford Festiva. Yep, so this Firebird's going to be coming back to my shop, and we're going to get her running. I wish I still had this car, but I sold it to my brother. It's going to need a lot of restoration. I bought this car, I can't remember, $750. I drove it a long time. It was a little hot rod. She could scratch. We call it scratch second gear. She could chirp in second gear when you shifted. I put a Corvette servo in there. Yeah, I think that's a Ford Festiva right back there. I'm gonna put you back on me. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call her a night, and I'm gonna thank you guys for coming. And JD, maybe I'll see you this Sunday. Well, I'm sure we'll see you. I'll talk to you on Thursday, right? But that'll be cool if you come to Jeffro's live feed. He's a nice guy. He's gonna give away some tools, and he gives away. I've won some of the tools. He gives away some good stuff. And he wants to start doing that, but he needs his viewers up on his live feed to do it. He was just talking about this last Sunday. So yeah, I'm gonna thank you guys all for coming. I appreciate it, and I love talking to you guys. You guys all got good comments, and now I got to get my hair cut. And yeah, I got to get my hair cut. I think Michelle just texted me. I got 7 notes as my notification ringtone. She wants me to come in because she's got food ready, and it's late. I'm ready for Star Trek Enterprise. That's the one I watch. So she'll watch Fallon for a little bit, and then we'll switch it over to Enterprise, and then I usually crash out and go to bed. So thanks, guys, and hope you have a great night, and hope to see you this Thursday. So I'm going to end it for right now. Thanks.